Seen it, seen it, seen it.
Oh, I like this. Hey man, remember when we talked about renting an apartment a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I was going to ask if you still wanted to look into that. I think it'd be a great idea. Do you think we could pull it off, though?
Well, I checked out a pretty cool apartment. That would only be $850 a month. We could split the rent in half.
I think I could definitely swing 425 per month for rent. Sounds like a sweet deal.
Don't forget about all the other expenses we have though. Maybe we should work out a budget to see if moving out is feasible.
That's probably a good idea, but I've never really written out an actual budget before. Have you?
No, my parents had me watch them do theirs once, but I didn't pay close attention.
Well, you probably still know. Well, you probably still know more than me.
Hey dudes, what's up? What you guys talking about?
Oh, hey dude, I found a apartment that would be really cool for us and I rent. And we're trying to figure out how to make the budget to see if we could afford it.
Well, that's cool. You guys want some help? I mean, when I moved out, I had to write my own, so I know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Teach us your skills, old wise one.
Seriously, we'd appreciate the insight.
Alright. Well, before we get started, we need to figure out what your joint budget's going to be. What are your expenses together?
Joint budget means what exactly?
The budget for your shared expenses, like rent, basic groceries, toiletries, things like that, utilities.
Okay, I get it.
Me too. If we could split the rent for the one apartment I found, we'd only pay $425 each.
That's not bad. Did you ask about utilities, like water, gas, things like that?
I did actually. They said we could either set a fixed or a flexible rate for the utility company.
Well, what's the difference between the two?
Well, in a fixed rate, you pay the same amount all the time, and in a flexible rate, it changes depending on how much you use.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there like an average for the fixed rate?
The landlord mentioned that the utility company usually sets fixed at approximately $150 a month.
It's a good deal, man. You pay about $75 each, and then a month, and I figure, well, about $50 a month for food, for just the basic stuff, and then all your favorites like, chips and sodas and whatever else you guys like, well, then you guys can figure that on your own.
So if I'm adding correctly, it sounds like we have $550 in shared expenses each month.
Yep, sounds about right.
Sounds reasonable.
It's a sweet deal for a bachelor pad, but you need to also factor in personal expenses.
Yeah, I thought about that. I've been keeping track of what I spent for a while, and I think I can manage.
Well, numbers aren't my strong point, but do you think you can help me figure out my budget, George?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what your expenses are? What do you spend money on?
Yeah, I have a basic idea.
Okay, good. We'll start there. So, what do you spend money on?
Well, I know I have my cell phone bill, and I will have a car payment soon.
Okay, and what else?
What other things should I count?
Well, how much is your car payment going to be?
It will be $250 a month.
Okay, well, you have car insurance, which should be a fixed amount. You know, you pay about the same thing about every month. And then how much you're going to spend on clothes, and then toiletries like shampoos and toothpaste, and then some extra for food, and you have to set a little aside for entertainment, you know, movies and things like that.
Wow, I didn't think all those extra things could add up. Couldn't they?
Yeah, now I can see why my parents wonder where all their money goes. You think we could put it off?
Let me write all this stuff down, and I'll add it up, and then I'll tell you.
Go for it.
You know, I've got a cell phone. Let me just calculate it up here on my cell phone here.
Go for it.
Okay, it looks like my total is about $875.
Okay, well, what's your take-home pay?
Meaning what exactly?
Well, what's the total of money that you bring home each month after they take taxes out?
Oh, okay, I see now. It's $975, give or take a little, depending upon my hours.
Okay, so that leaves you to about $175 to $150 of spending cash each month.
Sounds to me like you'd be able to manage them.
Yeah, I could. I just have to really watch it.
Well, that's very true. But just to be safe, you should put aside, you know, $50 or more in a savings account or somewhere safe, so that, you know, you can have some money set aside in case there's an emergency. You never know when that can happen.
Good point. I'll do that.
So, like, weird crap is always happening to me. Better be prepared for it, especially if we're not living at home.
Yes, and that brings me to my last word of advice, people. You know, it's always important to remember to pay your bills on time. It really helps with your credit score, and it saves you from all those late fees, which can get really expensive.
Thanks for the wisdom, wise one. You're the Yoda of budgeting.
Yes, you are quite a helpful friend. Hey Spencer, you wanted me with the landlord week?
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
May the force be with you.